Hey guys, so we're back for discussion 3. Okay, list the EMS response communication chain of events illustrated in this scenario. So the first thing is that the woman saw the person having a seizure, immediately called 911. You know, that's a big thing. Sometimes people walk by, drive by scenes and either A, don't realize it, or B, don't consider calling. So I thought that was a big thing. She also described what was going on, the problem, and as much as she could of her location, not being familiar with the area. From there, the dispatcher's able to dispatch an ALS unit. So that kind of covers the communication chain of events. Now, the local 911 system being important, that came into play because the woman wasn't familiar with the area. So they had to use the E911 system for location services to be able to send a unit to the proper location. I know that sometimes that's the best that we can get. People don't know where they are because they're not familiar or because of the situation in and of itself. So that was a big thing. The dispatcher, what did she perform? So the dispatcher not only is a huge thing in taking the call in and of itself, but was able to get good information from the reporter, was able to use the E911 system to locate the location, and was able to go through there and kind of priority dispatch, knowing what needed to be sent where, knew that it needed to be an ALS unit, was able to get the ALS unit en route, and I would imagine, though it doesn't say, was able to forward that information that she got from the reporter to the ALS unit itself. What information about the patient and the situation should the paramedics have conveyed to the emergency room physician? So that one kind of tripped me up because it doesn't really tell you much of what they told the hospital staff. But I know for me, whenever we go in, you want to give name if you have it, but if he doesn't have that, then your basics. You've got to go with gender, age, what the scene was, what was going on with the patient, so seizure activity. Was there anything around the patient that could have caused the seizure activity? That way they know if it was something environmental or if it could potentially just be a condition that the patient has. Also doing the glucose test, which showed that it was potentially due to blood glucose levels. How much of the dextrose solution that they gave. That's a big thing. If you don't forward on that information, the hospital could give more, give too much, and you could really cause a problem for the patient. So being able to give all of that information is vital to patient care. And then, why is a written pre-hospital care report important in a case like this? So the PCRs are always important. You always need to document properly. If you did it, it gets documented. If you didn't do it, it doesn't. But being able to provide all of the information, have a written report over it in case there is any issues in the future with that patient or with the care provided. Also, if you found the patient unresponsive and what was going on and all these different things, you need that PCR to be able to back up everything that you did, the reasons that you did them, for the hospital to be able to check for liability issues to prevent yourself from being sued for anything, and for billing purposes. We need proper PCRs for that as well. I think that pretty much covers it all. See you guys on the next